Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to the Gamerpreneur podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Bradford Carlton. Today's episode, I want to tell you that you need to be using ads. Okay, so I had somebody reach out to me today by Messenger, and he was wondering how I'm over 100,000 followers. Now, the funny thing about this is this person who reached out to me has been following me since pretty much when my page had a couple hundred followers. And so he's like literally been there the whole time, watched me grow from basically nothing and all the way up, right? And it's not like I've been hiding anything. I actually am very open about the fact about how I've been growing my page and how I get views and all that sort of thing, because there we go. My camera's a little fuzzy there. It concerned me. The thing is, I'm doing a business show in the gaming space, right? This is not sexy stuff most of the time. It's kind of dry and boring. There's a lot of mindset and personal development topics. I don't really talk about the video games. The only time I've ever streamed this whole time I've been doing the Gamerpreneur was when World of Warcraft Shadowlands came out, and I did a 24-hour stream on Facebook, and I just played until I hit max level, and then I went to bed for the night, and then I got up and I keep playing. I didn't stream anymore. So like the content I'm doing is not particularly sexy, but I still get decent view numbers on a lot of my interviews. I still get pretty decent reach and engagement on a lot of my content. I get a couple hundred followers every single day. And how do I do it all? It's not because people are dying to follow me. It's not because like I have such an amazing social presence that people like are just compelled to follow me. It's not because they're sitting there while scrolling going, business. It has nothing to do with that. It's because I understand that if you want people to follow you, if you want them to watch your stuff, if you want them to engage with your stuff, you have to present that content in front of them. Okay? And there's only two ways to do it. Either you invest a lot of time creating fantastic content that's going to be shared by conversing with different people on lots of platforms, by posting in different groups and being on Discord and being an engaged member of every community you possibly are, and creating lots of friendships that creates that kind of relationship where people are willing to share your stuff and grow that way. Or you go the kind of easier route and you pay for it, because advertising is incredibly inexpensive. It's not hard to advertise at all. And that's largely how I've grown. Now, I want to be very, very clear on this point, okay? I have not bought a single view. I have not bought a single like or follow. I have not bought a comment or anything like that. That's not right. That'll get your accounts shut down. Do not do that stuff, okay? Like bots are a terrible, terrible way of growing anything. It's just, they're no good, okay? I'm talking about advertising. And advertising is as simple as, say you have a post and you want people to see that post. You pay a platform such as YouTube or Twitter or Facebook or, even Twitch. You can advertise on Twitch, right? Like you see ads all the time. Well, you can do those ads. It costs money, right? But okay, you have a post that you want people to see. You pay a platform to put it in front of people. If you put it in front of enough people, thanks to the law of large numbers, eventually some number are going to watch that thing, or they're going to read that thing. They're going to follow you based on your request for them to follow you. They're going to share or like and comment on that thing just because those people exist. Not necessarily because you had to build this fantastic relationship system. Like there's people out there waiting to see your content. They just don't know it yet. And ads are a fantastic way of getting your stuff in front of large numbers of people really quickly. This is how most things are sold. Okay. There's plenty of things out there that get sold kind of hand to hand, one-on-one. You have to know somebody in order to like even learn about it. But the vast majority of things are not. Somebody pays an advertiser to present that post or product or ad or whatever it is in front of large numbers of people. And then some percent of those people end up purchasing. All right. Personally, I love the Facebook ads platform. I've been using Facebook ads since 2014. It's kind of the platform I know. I wrote a couple books on how to do Facebook ads advertising years ago. I stopped making those books because it just changed so often that it just wasn't worth updating. Like it was almost every other week I had to update these books in order to keep selling them. I just didn't want to bother with it. But I do know these platforms, okay? And Facebook, incredible. Google, guess what? Google, well, Alphabet owns Google and YouTube. And so if you want to do ads on YouTube, it's basically a search ad. You figure out what people are searching for. You make a piece of content under those search parameters. And then you tell YouTube, put this video in front of people who are searching for this thing. And voila, there you go. Your video can now be seen by thousands and thousands of people. It'll cost you between 3 to 4 cents. If it's like really, really highly engaged stuff, it might cost you like 1 to 2 cents. It's awesome. Now on the Facebook side, if you get your targeting right, if your video is fantastic and like it's just engaging and it gets people to watch it for a long time and they share and like it, you might get your views down to a cent, maybe less. I'm currently doing between 2 and 3 cents per view. Okay. And that's not like a 3-second view. That's like for a 15-second view. It's called a through view on Facebook. So I pay to put my content in front of people. Those people then look at it, decide that they want to sit there and watch it, and then they watch it, and then they like it, and they engage with it. I also have content that I don't put any ad dollars behind, and it just so happens that people react on it, and they comment on it, and share on it. Like I had a post, just something I made up, like maybe a gamerpreneur thought of the day. If you're on my Facebook page, you'll see those, every single day, right? It's a thought of the day. And I had one that had something like 70 shares on it the other day. That's pretty darn good, right? Like, well, when you have 100,000 followers, not so much. So some days my content gets less than 1% of my audience reach, which is like, geez, Facebook, come on, throw me a bone here. Some days it gets 3 to 5% reach. That's without the ads. With the ads, that number goes up to like 10%, 20%. And so do you see, like, if you're trying to do the organic method, you really do have to spend the time to nurture relationships in order to get people to follow you. And I want a whole hard handbrake here for a second. I have been developing relationships with the people who've been following my brand for a while. I have people who watch my stuff, who comment on everything, who like everything I post. And they would never, ever, ever have gotten to me in the first place had they not seen an ad of mine at some point in the past. Okay. I didn't necessarily have to go out and create a relationship in order to bring them back. Right? Instead, I put out an ad. The ad brought them back, and then my content and the way I engage with them after the fact of them showing up is what have caused these people to come back. I've had people, like I said, following me since I've started back in March, and I have people, my regulars, right? Everybody has regulars that you know by name. Like when they pop up in my newsfeed, I know who they are, and I've known them for months. But they would most likely never have seen me in the first place had it not been for an ad. Okay. Now, do all of my people come from ads? No, I actually do get a decent amount of organic reach, organic engagement, organic follows every single day. But a good part of that, potentially, it's tough to say where they all come from at this point, but a good part of them might see the video ads that I'm putting out there, come over to my page and go, hey, this looks really cool, and then follow. And that's considered an organic follow. Or maybe they see my page like campaign, which I've been running since March. It's the same exact post since March. I haven't changed it one iota. All right. The only thing I've changed over the year so far, almost a year, is the amount of dollars I've put behind this thing. Okay. And so people see that, they like my page, they go to my page, they watch my videos. Maybe they come back tomorrow, watch my videos, come back the day after, watch my videos. Each of those is now an organic view that I get on my content. All right. And they see my posts, and when they start engaging with my stuff, when they start seeing my quotes and my thoughts of the day and all the different stuff I put out there, like I post memes, right? They see all this stuff, and then they'll like it and they'll comment on it. And every time they like it and comment on it, Facebook goes, just as an example, because it works on pretty much all the platforms like this. Oh, you must like this person's content. And so the next day when I post something else, they see that too. And the next day I post something else, they see that too. And That's how you can really grow a following fairly quickly without having to spend all that time getting to know people and the long haul. So many people here in the gaming space, it just doesn't even dawn on them that they could just dump some ad dollars behind this stuff and grow that way. Is it a legitimate method of growth? Absolutely. A large part of my audience probably has absolutely no idea who I am. They probably saw something a long time ago, hit like, never saw it again. But isn't that true for so many content creators? I mean, if you go to someone with 100,000 followers, say on Twitch as an example, and they have 30 viewers at any time, or maybe like a couple hundred viewers across an entire stream, I mean, how is that any different from what I'm doing, right? Like, the vast majority of people who follow them are not watching them every single day. There's no shame in doing it this way. Just understand that this is a separate method that you can use in order to grow. And that's largely what this is about. It's about growth. Your true believers, your true followers, the people who are going to watch you every single day when you post something or you go live or whatever, are going to find you if you reach enough people. And that's all that matters, is reaching enough people. Once you have reached them, they will find you, they will follow you, they will buy from you, whatever. But you have to get to them first. And that's why you need ads. So I'm going to remind you all, organization is the enemy of sloth. Really, like, the key to advertising is your market to message match. Okay, you have to have an idea of exactly who it is that you want to be reaching. Who is it that you want to follow you? Who is it that you want watching your stuff? Who is it you want coming to your streams and such? All right. Once you have a clear idea of who it is, not just, I want gamers, I want esports people. No, you have to have a clear idea of, what does that person look like, right? Do they have hair? What color is their skin? That kind of thing does matter. Like, we all say it doesn't really matter. It does matter, because, like, what background do they have? How wealthy are they? What part of the country? What country do they live in? All those things are vital for you, because it allows you to target people. And once you've targeted them, you then have to have a message that will resonate with them. If you can resonate with that person, they will potentially do what you want them to, whatever that is. But you really have to spend some time and hammer that down. All right. Beautiful. All right, everybody. Don't be just a gamer. Be a gamerpreneur.